Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your February bonus reading. This reading is going to be timeless, and I'm only doing, I don't know, probably 4 signs. And this is my way of giving back to the signs that have given me the most views, the most interaction. So, of course, Capricorn had to be included in that lineup. Okay, so let's get started right away. You have first up, it says Grove of Unity. It says bind energies in the unified sanctuary of the grove, fostering interconnected harmony among all beings. Perhaps harmony is something that you are striving for at this time. Very well could be. You have seed of potential, and this picture reminds me of something that I used as a thumbnail for one of your readings. I don't know, I think at the end of 2024. So it says seed of potential. Plant the seed of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with your attention and care, sort of denoting something fresh that has yet to sprung, but has been planted, or perhaps you're in the process of planting something here. Over here, we have steady as you go. Navigate with patience and resilience, trusting in your inner strength to guide you through life's twists and turns. Very similar energy, I would say, right? It's explaining that you need some patience for what's either happening at the moment or what's about to happen. But that seed of potential does lend us a certain type of promise, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. In this geometry deck, we have 3 cards. The first says alternation, approach. Number 22 in this deck. This is sort of an approximation card, right? When it appears in a reading, especially upright like this, it suggests that the patterns on your tracing board, and the tracing board is your life, the patterns you're seeing now are moving towards their final form, but it's not yet finished. It's not yet ready. And those seeds sort of back us up with that thought, right? The lines will need to be moved, reshaped, interactions restructured before you could achieve what it is you wish. Try to save the best here, Capricorn, of one existing pattern while bringing up the rest to the same level of quality. You have some work to do here. This work could be internal, it could be external, or it could be a mix of both for some of you. In this card upright also means that a goal in this situation is within sight, right? But it's not yet within reach, if that makes sense. And yeah, right? We know that those seeds have been planted. We know that they're going to grow, but we don't see them yet, really. We just know that they're there. It's a positive sign, for sure. It means that you're most of the way to achieving what you want, but it implies like there's more work that will be needed. Persistence, patience, and the ability to learn from your mistakes are all strongly highlighted here. So these cards sort of blend together if you think about it, if you take each individual meaning separately. Now, next we have risk, right? And it's the double square inverted. Risk. When this card appears reversed, the double square suggests that the unexpected possibilities in the design before you include dangers, you haven't noticed, right? There's unexpected things here. You just haven't noticed as of yet. The lines and patterns before you combine them in subtle ways, and some of them open up, right? Potential dangers that you can't ignore. It means, right, that the situation involves a significant degree of risk, whatever that means to you. Whether you realize it or not, there's potential dangers ahead. The more carelessly the situation is approached, the less likely these dangers can be avoided. So that slowness, that patience, very important. It's especially important not to fall into the habit of thinking that any change must be for the better. You might become so impatient that you're like, I just need to move. I need for things to be different. The stagnation is, for some of you, worse than anything else, right? That it's not moving. It doesn't appear to be moving, right? Remember, those seeds are germinating even if we don't see them. However bad the situation may seem, it could get worse. And so you need to carefully weigh everything before you make changes that you can't undo. Patience is required here. Okay, for sure. So, last card here is called the Sphere. And when it is in reverse the way it is here, it's unknowability. It sort of goes with the rest of the cards, right? It suggests that the design upon your tracing board has passed beyond your understanding. There are things you don't know. My God, I just did a reading for you in March. And I actually did it in February, but it's for March. You can go back and look at it. You Uncover a Truth, I think was the title or something like that. It's exactly what we spoke about in the reading. I do think something's going to come to light, and that's why patience is needed. Once you have all the facts, Capricorn, nobody's smarter than you, but you cannot be expected to make really good decisions without knowing what you need to know first. Yeah, relationships. I mean, many times this has to do with a relationship you have with someone else. This could be someone that you were involved with. It could be a family member. It could be someone you worked with, less likely, but it's possible. It could be an ex that seriously has an impact on your life, even though you want to move on from it. That fits as well. So the thing to keep in mind here is that the final shape of the design you're drawing is completely hidden from you right now. Your understanding of the situation has left out one of the major factors at work. There's something you still don't know. In some ways, this card is like, it's a more intense version of card number 30, right? Which, unless you know the deck, I guess you don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to go off on a tangent on that card. It's a complete failure to grasp what's going on, but it's not your fault. It is things that are hidden that you need to uncover, that I really believe you're going to uncover before you can take proper action that benefits you. Now, as we move on to your archetypes here, I'm really glad that this reading sort of definitely is either a continuation or a peripheral side note of the reading that we already did. So this says radical curiosity. It says seeing as if for the first time. Radical curiosity. Now, this card, there is a maiden depicted, right? The maiden is alive with like the potent energy of raw inspiration. She reminds us of what it feels like to be radically curious about, everything. She experiences the world as magic. Curiosity runs through her veins. She creates music. As you can tell, she's holding a musical instrument. She creates music from one inspiring idea to the next. The maiden sort of reminds us that you have the power to change the routine as things come to you. She encourages the reawakening of that radical curiosity that you might have had as a child. Be curious about your surroundings. Be curious about everything that happens. Approach things with a sense of curiosity so you uncover what you need to get through this time. Radical curiosity. Keep that in mind. Radical curiosity is your friend. Next up, we have something called assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. Somebody may be helping you. And see how she's holding a key. Oh my God, why is the key coming to the forefront of my mind from your reading? Something to do with the key, that knowledge. We talked about it. Go listen to that reading if you haven't. Yeah, she's holding a key, right? She acquires something, and perhaps it's with the help of someone or something else. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it, Capricorn. So we all hold the key to ourselves deep inside, but I think in this particular situation, yeah, the maiden supports you through a time of asking for help and accepting it from those who are genuinely pure with their intentions and pure with the facts. Yeah. Attention is your key to everywhere and anything. Pay attention to your surroundings. Become curious. Yeah, your external reality is a reflection of, right, your inner portal. To know who you are is to experience yourself. To know who you are is to experience yourself. Find this key. This key could be in the form of a professional. It could be in the form of somebody that doesn't even realize they're handing you a key. Little bit of information that opens the door to a wealth of information. Something that, and wealth is a very good word. It's an abundant type of thing, because once you experience this knowledge, then you're going to make the right choices. It's going to be really difficult to do, to make the right choices until you have whatever the information is that we're missing. We're missing something here. Let's look at this next one. Next up, we have repair. Making amends. Rather than fun times reveals a relationship's true constitution. This could very well be information about someone that you have had a relationship with, somebody that you have been with, somebody from your past, somebody from your present. There is information out there. Repair. Repair is when we get real with those who are in supposedly a reciprocal, valued, and respected relationship. When the relationship is genuine, Capricorn, we are sincerely doing our best and our intentions are pure. All is repairable, right? It's equally important to acknowledge that there are indeed some things that happen or are said and done in a relationship that are irreversible. They cross a line for one or both parties. When a person is self-lovingly unwilling or unable to come back from a line of theirs being crossed, and I think this might be you, true repair is not an option. There's something going on here. There's something going on here with a relationship. Now, for the record, it does not have to be a love relationship. It could be someone in your family who you've just, but the warning is still intact. Do not say, do, or make any decisions before all the facts are known. I think that is really important. Patience is required. Patience is required. Yeah, there's patience required in this situation, Capricorn. Now, this is a card of perception. It says radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. You could have been in a relationship with someone, be it family, friend, or otherwise, honestly, where this person gaslit you, manipulated you, changed your self-perception, right? It's temporary, but it's definitely a thing, right? Drawing this card is it calls for a time of deep self-reflection. The expectations you place on yourself are reflected in the disappointment you experience from, right, other people, the judgments from other people. When we only accept the best parts of ourselves, we mirror such conditional acceptance towards others in the world, and it reflects back to us. In my opinion, there is someone here who may have damaged your self-perception, and you may not realize it fully. I think you're smart enough to understand something was toxic. I think you're smart enough to understand you needed to get rid of it, or that it's best that it disappeared. But you may not realize how much damage it actually caused. How do you perceive yourself? List all of the things about yourself, Capricorn, that you have ever wished to change. What was it about yourself that you were rejecting, and why? Where did that story come from? Try to locate the source. Where did the story come from that something about you was wrong or not good enough or needed to change? Where did it come from? Whose belief was that before it was yours? Meditate on those answers. Yeah, definitely. Your self-perception was damaged, but it's not permanent. That's the good news. Now let's look at the tarot. The tarot is a small part of this reading. We'll dip into what you may not see coming from this situation after the tarot. But I think that we touched upon some deep things. And I do think you need some self-evaluation. I think you definitely need some healing. You may feel that you're all healed, but I think that you are unaware of a lot of things that went on that's going to come to light. I think you are also unaware of the way this may have affected you. All right. And this brings us to our first card. We have the Three of Swords reversed, right? You're healing, recovering. At least you're in, I mean, it's not upright. So you're healing, you're recovering, you're overcoming something. And that's part of it. The second card is the Page of Wands in reverse. And I like to see this. I'll tell you why. Page of Wands in reverse is taking a step back before you take action. What did I say? Patience. Wait for all the information to come to light. Reassess and gather energy before taking action with this Page of Wands in reverse. Nice energy. Next up is the Devil, and this is your card. Now, for anyone else, it would be a litany of other things. But you're comfortable in this energy, right? The Devil represents your relationship with success, reputation. It gives you focus and determination. You're slowly turning into what you were prior to meeting this person. And that is good, right? You're healing. You're taking a step back and you're saying, slowly, I'm coming back, right? Here you have two cards that came out. You have the Knight of Wands in reverse and you have Temperance. And with the Knight of Wands here in reverse, it's a lot like that Page of Wands in reverse. Taking time to strategize. I think that once you receive certain tidbits of information, increase self-awareness, increase awareness of what actually happened, increased awareness of the Knight of Wands is a very unthinking knight. He just forges ahead, right? You are not taking on that role. You are taking on a role of a thinker, someone who has patience, someone who's steady. And this is leading you to the Temperance card. And the Temperance card, as we know, is a beautiful card of healing, harmony, as we saw here, moderation, patience, tranquility, all the things that we talked about, honestly, in these cards. You're a very smart sign. And out of all the earth signs, I think you're the most, in my opinion, you're the most intelligent. In my opinion, you're the most capable of doing the hard work. Many signs aren't. And, it's ironic. I think the signs that I am reading for in these bonus readings are so far pretty capable people. So let's look at what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming here at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords in reverse. What is that? It's the end of living a lie. It's a change in luck. And it is you finding out a hidden truth. A hidden truth. You also have here, it says Crystal of Clarity. Illuminate your path with openness and insight, readying yourself for a newfound understanding of content. Yep, you're going to find out something here. It's going to be illuminating, to say the least. Also, what you don't see coming is completeness. It is in your future here. The card of completeness. It suggests that the design before you is approaching completion. It's a good time to pay attention to the lines you haven't finished drawing, the patterns you've only penciled in. If there's anything you planned on including and haven't, it's time to sort of include that. You're going to be approaching a time where you could actually have movement and start planning something really nice for yourself, something really stable for yourself. It means the situation is moving towards its final stages at last. More attention definitely may be needed to pay in details, right? However, it is always a sign of approaching success, which is really good to see and really good to hear. And last but not least, what you may not see or don't see coming, a key to intimacy. What, another key. Another key. So it's not just the knowledge, right? It says intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. Oh my God, Capricorn. This fits so well. You have learned, damn, you have learned what love is not. It's time for you to be rewarded. And this is what you don't see coming. You may not be able to fathom that right now, right? And regardless of whether we have ever received unconditional love from our parents or from a lover, coming to know and accept yourself could be challenging, but it is necessary in order to receive it from another person. Yeah. It is desirable, but not easy to let a deserving other into our lives deep enough to know our full spectrum. But once we can know, accept, and love them and they us for who we are, what we are, we become fully available for another to accept the totality of us. It also builds strength in us, integrity. I mean, it does say be careful of who you trust with the key to your heart, but I think you've learned that lesson. I think you've learned that lesson in spades, Capricorn, so you deserve this key. You do. Well, whoever I'm reading for has been through the ringer, Capricorn. Whatever Capricorn, whatever group of Capricorns I'm reading for has been through some crap. And what Spirit is trying to tell you is your patience is needed for a little while longer. And it's not because patience is a virtue. It's because the time is needed for you to gather a fact that will help you put this where it belongs. And it will help you set you right again. And it will also help you bring these keys into your life, both knowledge and love. Your Spirit is making you promises here. And I would take it, this uncovering, yeah, take it as a seed. Take it as a key. Take it as clarity. Clarity, understanding of actual content. Something was being withheld from you that is coming to light. I wish you all the luck, and I want to personally thank you for being a part of my channel because, there's a few signs that I'm really feeling affinity towards, and you are one of them, Capricorn. I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste.